Hey Bobcats, this is Miss Kathy. We know that every letter has a name. So we're going to name the letters and a word that starts with the letter. Are you ready? Let's go. Letter A, what do you see? I see an apple looking at me. Letter B, what do you see? I see a bumblebee looking at me. Letter C, what do you see? I see a cat looking at me. Letter D, what do you see? I see a duck looking at me. Letter E, what do you see? I see an elephant looking at me. Letter F, what do you see? I see a fish looking at me. Letter G, what do you see? I see a goose looking at me. Letter H, what do you see? I see a house looking at me. Letter I, what do you see? I see an igloo looking at me. Letter J, what do you see? I see juice looking at me. Letter K, what do you see? I see a koala looking at me. Letter L, what do you see? I see a lamp looking at me. Letter M, what do you see? I see a mouse looking at me. Letter N, what do you see? I see a necklace looking at me. Letter O, what do you see? I see an ostrich looking at me. Letter P, what do you see? I see a penguin looking at me. Letter Q, what do you see? I see a queen looking at me. Letter R, what do you see? I see a rabbit looking at me. Letter S, what do you see? I see a snake looking at me. Letter T, what do you see? I see a toucan looking at me. Letter U, what do you see? I see an umbrella looking at me. Letter V, what do you see? I see a Valentine looking at me. Letter W, what do you see? I see a walrus looking at me. Letter X, what do you see? I see an X-ray looking at me. Letter Y. Letter Y. What do you see? I see yarn looking at me. Last one. Letter Z. Letter Z. What do you see? I see a zipper looking at me. You guys did a great job. You knew all of those letter names. Let's pat ourselves on the back. Pat, pat, pat on the back, back, back for a job well done. See you next time.